The framework of Wing Chun is chain punches. In this video, I detail exactly why. Don't miss out on another lesson. Subscribe to the Adam Willis channel. Chain punching is the framework, and here is why, of Wing Chun, and here is why. Because you have one hand that is constantly asking the question, and you have one hand that is constantly backing up the other one, or getting ready to ask the question. So you have the person on the front lines. If you have two soldiers, you have the guy on the front line, and then you have the sniper behind it, ready to back him up, right? And you notice that the sniper is hidden behind the other one. That's a purposeful thing. And it's very efficient on what we call the central plane, and that central plane is between my center and their center. So the framework is this position, or this position, because really it's just the same position. The framework is of the asking and of the protecting. So that's what you have, the Man Sao, asking hand, and the Wu Sao, protecting hand. That framework of the exchange as well is part of what we do. Now, you can look at a lot of the different movements in Wing Chun, even if they're bigger, it's still from the framework of this. Here, let's take a look at a scissors, right? You have a scissors, some people do a scissors like this, some people do it like that. Either way, you notice the transition. The transition of it is still, okay, hang on, there. You look at it, it's just a bigger version of the chain punching transition. And then you look at the Quan Sao, right? The Quan Sao, the Bong and the Tan. Well, it's just another version of the chain punch transition, where you're constantly bringing one back into the Wu, this returning Wu hand, and you're constantly coming forward with the other one, right? One is playing the role of the asking, and the other one is playing the role of protecting in different ways. We have different deflections in Wing Chun. That's why they could look like a Bong or a Tan or a scissors and things like that. But the reality of the chain punching is helping you understand that we always have one helping another. We always have one doing the opposite of another, right? We've got a simultaneous attack and defense, right? We've got a simultaneous. That's the framework. Some people look at Chi Sao as the framework of Wing Chun, and I don't see it that way at all. In fact, Chi Sao is something that happens where you need to move in order to get back into the real framework. And the real framework is this. So if something happens where you need to roll and you need to yield and go to something else, well, you're coming back into your chain punching, because that's the real framework of what's happening. Chi Sao is not to be thought of. So a lot of people in Wing Chun go ahead and think, oh, I'm supposed to be doing sticky hands. So this constant idea of I need to link with the other person in order to then have security. That is not the framework of Wing Chun. It's not the mindset. It's not the mentality. The mentality is, can I hit? All right. So striking is the initial mentality of Wing Chun. Even if a controlling, yielding, grappling movement happens, it's not our first thought. That shouldn't be what we're trying to do, right? It may happen as a result of not being able to strike, but striking is purely the number one idea that of Wing Chun, of the thought. And when you ask the question with this, like I said, the asking hand and the protective hand, when you ask that question, the question is, are you gonna let me hit you? Are you gonna let me take my hand and go through your center line, which is smack in the middle of the body, the axis of the body? So that's the question that we're asking, and then we're trading places. And then after we've done that, then we'll trade places again, and we'll be very efficient in these movements. Maybe as we switch, we use a Mut Sao. Some people I think call this a Jut Sao as well, but our line calls it a Mut Sao. We mut, and then We can mut our way into this. So we can be very efficient as we use these. We could pull into a punch or a strike this way. So we could do a number of different things with this framework that is constantly there. The framework of Wing Chun is chain punching. Thanks, guys. Introducing my Wing Chun distance learning program at wingchunlessons.com. Designed to help those with a sincere interest to learn Wing Chun at home. Not everyone has access to a Wing Chun school or local instructor where they live. This Wing Chun home training program also gives you a chance to become certified and recognized under the Dragon Institute ranking system, which is a necessary first step for those who wish to become certified Wing Chun instructors. Read more at wingchunlessons.com.